Hi everybody and welcome to the New York vlog. I didn't really do any sort of intro clip for this vlog, so it's going to be a lot of voiceover from me. I hope you don't mind. These first few clips are kind of from our first travel day, and then we got to the airport the next day. I didn't really do much vlogging at the hotel that we stayed at. It was a whole mess, a whole ordeal, but thankfully we were able to get to LAX really early in the morning. Our flight left, I think, at around 7. It was wild, but then we got to New York and it was such a beautiful, gloomy kind of day. And it was so nice to have a reprieve from the heat in California. This was so much nicer, and you will see me take so many car shots just from the beautiful scenery that I saw outside of the car. And we ended up meeting up with my brother and his girlfriend, and we ate some delicious food and had some really great drinks at 317. That's in Farmingdale on Long Island, and we basically just spent our entire time on Long Island. This is the next day, and we are getting ready to go watch the LIU football game. My brother went to LIU. He was on the football team. He graduated about a year ago, but we decided we really wanted to go see one more game, and we actually only ended up staying for half of the game. It wasn't very good, but we had a fun time anyway. And after the game, we got back in the car, got some more car shots, and we actually ended up heading over to Young Farms, which is kind of I think they have a pumpkin patch, and there's also a really awesome store where you can get some baked goods and other little cute things. And when I tell you that the baked goods here were so good, I truly mean it. Everything we got from this farm was incredible, just so good. I highly recommend it. It was just down the street from LIU, so it was really convenient and close by, and it was so cute. It was the perfect fall vibes. I was loving it. And then we got back in the car and headed over to Oyster Bay, which is actually a part of Long Island that I have never been to before, so that was a lot of fun. And we got to try something a little bit different. And we also got to go to a bookstore in Oyster Bay, which was a lot of fun. We just looked around for a little bit, got to kind of feel out the vibe there. I didn't buy anything, which was kind of a bummer. I kind of regret that, but it's okay. It was a really cute bookstore. It was so quaint and tiny, but a really great selection of books as well. And then we headed over to the Oyster Bay Brewing Co. And I'm not a big beer person, but I had a really fun time anyway, and I got a glass of wine. And of course, we had to check out the actual bay in Oyster Bay. It was so beautiful. And truly no trip to New York would be complete without getting a slice of pizza. It was so good. And by the end of the night, we ended up at a local bar. We had a really fun time. I had some pretty great drinks, and I was so tired. Then the next day, I had some breakfast at the hotel. Our hotel has such amazing breakfast. And we also picked up a bagel. Obviously, duh. I didn't finish this bagel. I gave the other half to my mom, but it was so, so good. We ended up making our way over to the Riverhead Cider House, which was so much fun and so cute, but I had literally so many cider donuts, and I don't even know if I want to look at another cider donut until next year. But I will say that it was a lot of fun getting to try all of the different cider flavors. They were really, really good. And like I said, I'm not much of a beer person, but I do really like hard cider. And then we headed over to Long Island Vodka, which is a distillery where they obviously make vodka. And I had a really, really great drink. I can't remember what it was called, but it was so good. It was like a strawberry blonde or something like that. But look at how beautiful this place was. It was gorgeous. We went at the perfect time of year. Everything was so beautiful, so fall, and we had such a great time. Once we were done at Long Island Vodka, we had to go find a local coffee shop because I was fading fast. I really needed another coffee, and we found this place, and the coffee was absolutely delicious. Like, look at how gorgeous this coffee was. I can't remember exactly what I got. I think I might have gotten a shaken espresso, and we did have to wait a little bit though because they had to make fresh cold foam. So it was really good. I had such a fun time, and look at, like, just beautiful, beautiful day, gorgeous. And we ended this really fun day over at the restaurant called Chard. I had a vodka chicken parm. It was so good. And then finally, it was our last full day, and so we started off the day by going to Barnes & Noble. I did a little bit of browsing. I didn't end up buying anything here either, which again, I regret a little bit, but I really didn't have enough time to buy anything. I just had time to look. So I took a couple of shots, I took a couple of clips here and there. But yeah, I mean, most of this time was actually spent trying to figure out my Delta account because that was acting up. So yeah, didn't have enough time to pick out anything, but I definitely got to look, which was a lot of fun. Then we grabbed a burger and some fries at All American, and then we ended up at this really awesome orchard, or I don't really know what it was, but it had some really great apple cider slushies, and they were delicious. They were like biting into the freshest, crisp apple ever. Like, it was so good, and we had such a fun time. Like, this was a really great little pit stop, and yeah, like I said, the slushie, fantastic, so good. And then we ended up heading over to this local coffee shop called Soul Brew, and I had a really great latte. And this trip was a lot of fun because I got to try so many different little coffee shops and didn't just have to stick with like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. And then we ended off this day at Kerber's Farms, and they had a lot of different kind of animals, some pigs, goats, chickens, bunnies, a lot of fun stuff to look at, and also some really, really great pies. We ended up getting these little tiny pumpkin pies, and they were so, so good. And then unfortunately it was our last day and we had to go back to JFK and get on our flight. And yeah, like this was a really fun trip and we were there for quite a few days, but it never feels like long enough. But yeah, we had such a fun time. And then we finally landed back at LAX, and I am really happy to be back in California, I have to say. As much as I love Long Island and New York, I love California so much, and I'm happy to be home. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching and coming along on this trip with me. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and if you enjoyed it, go ahead and like and subscribe, and all of my links are down below, and I will see you in my next video.